Welcome back. Now we have another list of another 5 candidates, which includes the Chief Minister's candidate. So I would like Viraj to give us a small briefing on it before we late open.
So starting with Maya, the approval rating of the candidate is around 35%. The party has a good base in Maya, but the candidate is not very popular. There is anti-incumbency against him. He is termed as disinterested in many places. Now, as for BJP, they have Praveen Zatia, and there was Anant Sheth, who is no longer there. But his brother is a strong force within the BJP in the Maya area. He is supposed to be contesting on MGP, so that will eat into BJP's vote share. That is going to be a problem for the BJP if they are not able to convince him to stay with the BJP. Now, coming to the opposition, there isn't anyone on the Congress ticket or in Congress who is opposing currently in Maya. Their Congress candidate who contested last time has joined Goa Forward, that is Santosh Kumar Sawant. So he is the principal opposition there. And since BJP's MLA's approval rating is low, we are giving it neck to neck, because even the people are not able to decisively tell us which way the swing will happen. This is one constituency where we felt RG, Revolutionary Governments, were pretty vocal. There were a lot of respondents who voted in terms of percentage to them. Not a very high percentage, but good percentage. Next, coming to Sangklim, it is represented by the current Chief Minister. So we have usually Chief Ministers win, that is what is perceived. But we already had a case in Goa where the incumbent Chief Minister lost with a huge margin. But here, current Chief Minister seems to have learned from that. He has maintained his contact with the people in his constituency. So there is opposition there, but it seems very comfortable. People are happy, and also another factor that if elected, he would be the Chief Minister if BJP comes to power, is playing in his favor. So it is pretty clear here. There is a overwhelming number of people supporting him. Next is Porien. This is interesting because we are giving an approval rating of 65% to the incumbent MLA, but advantage is being shown to the opposing party. So this looks funny, but the thing is, when we went to the field, people clearly said that they are with Pratap Singh Rane, but he is not contesting. So he is not contesting. That means Vishwajit Rane, who is his son, would be working for the BJP there. It is highly likely that his wife would be contesting, provided given a ticket. Porien again has sizable BJP voter base. They get votes even against Senior Rane. They used to get around 9,000 votes. So that added with Rane factor is what seals the deal here. There isn't Congress as such. Even in Valpoy, it is more of Rane that is there than Congress. Going to Valpoy, again very high approval rating, and despite the IIT agitation, he has somehow managed to keep his hold on the constituency. People are happy with his work, and it is again a good percentage votes for him that gives BJP an advantage. Coming to Prior, this is represented by independent MLA Govind Gowde, who is a minister in the BJP government. He won with the support of BJP against MGP. Now the problem here is he is seen as a strong leader, but his approval ratings have gone down a little because of the aspirations of the people. The thing is, it was ruled by MGP before, and MGP in Ponda Taluka is pretty strong. They have their politics is more people based, wherein they help individuals rather than the overall constituency development as such. So expectation from the people from Govind Gowde is very high. That has somehow not been met. Also, the party cadre, that is BJP, isn't very supportive of him. So that's what we felt from the responses. Also, there is one Nigay who's claiming the BJP ticket. He is pretty popular among the BJP cadre. He's well known, might not be very strong. So that might also affect him. But here there is it is pretty much a straight fight between Govind Gavade and MGP's Deepak Davlikar, and Deepak Davlikar seems to have an advantage here.
Okay, guys. Valmiki.
I think this taluka has been traditionally been a stronghold of BJP and MGP, and but like Viraj said, people are looking for a change. The fact that RG got so much attention is one sign. But what is also I want to point out is that Aam Aadmi Party also has been looking at all these constituencies very seriously, and after approaching a lot of the local level politicians, we have got very good support. For example, in Mahe, panches and ex-panches and ex-sarpanches have joined us from almost every village in Mahe. This is something that has not traditionally been one of our strong areas, but Narwa, Shirgaon, Pidgaon, Shorao, all these villages, we've been able to join people from these villages. So I think if we are able to get a good candidate, we will have actually ground force to fight the election in a very competitive way. Sanklin 70%, I think I would attribute it to two reasons. One is definitely is like in Panjim, 65% for Babush. There is a bit of fear factor. People may not be revealing their true intentions. And second is, of course, you have to admit, he's been declared clearly as a CM face. So I think that definitely helps swing the support in the approval rating in his favor, because it's so clear,
And he's seen everywhere as CM's face, not just.
Right. There's almost like videos going around him of some, like big statesman who has been there for about 45 years. It's bordering on the ridiculous actually. But let's see what that actually boils down to.
Let us finish.
Poria and Valpoi, obviously these have been Rani bastions, but there are definitely there's a lot of disgruntlement.
Last time it was a tough fight.
Correct. Especially Poria. Poria.
Yeah, Poria. It was a tough fight.
Correct. So, and like I said, people are also not happy with this hidden marriage between BJP and Congress, especially in the Rani family. So I hope that will play some part in this election. And Priol, Mr. Gowde has been the biggest disappointment. Actually, Aam Aadmi Party had supported him. We had not put in a candidate in the 2017 elections when he was genuinely an independent. Then a few days before the election, he went and took the support of BJP, and we realized that he won't be able to do anything in this government. And he flipped and flopped. He said he was going to support the Congress when Congress got 17 seats, and by evening the same day, he said, I'm joining the BJP government. So he has been a big disappointment, not just as a politician, but even as a minister, especially on ST issues, scheduled tribe issues, where he got a lot of the votes, from that community. He assured them, he made a lot of assurances, and I believe he has not delivered anything on those. So a 45% rating for a sitting minister is not a good sign at all.
But the advantage goes to
MGP. No.
Yeah.
Right.
But the advantage goes to MG, which is, I think, Deepak Davlikar.
See, if you look at the position, that 35% rating, according to me, is quite poor. Such MLAs can't win.
My. But he's, sorry to say, but he's not, I don't know, he's been not seen.
Yes. The problem is that advantage which you have shown him, according to me, he does not deserve one.
50-50.
Yeah, 50-50.
Because there is no areas except one go forward guy.
And the position may change after the candidates are announced. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that Poria and Pratap Singh Rani showing advantage for BJP on the ground that he is not contesting, I think he has to say that. According to me, that Lotus has to go away from.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that Lotus has to go away.
We actually asked the people,
actually.
what if he contests? The people started telling us he's not contesting.
No,
you don't know anything.
correct.
He's
But the problem,
definitely
you
not.
should have asked him in a sense. See, he's a sitting MLA with a 65% rating, because at least I am not questioning your figures.
Fair enough.
I am going by your figures.
Point considered, we should have actually, as long as we should have put and I am putting a disclaimer, as long as Pratap Singh Rane is contesting, probably the seat will go to the Congress.
Yeah.
And in case Pratap Singh Rane is not contesting and one of his family members contest on the BJP ticket, then it might go to the BJP.
Correct.
So, happy?
Could be.
Considered, totally.
But what happens when he himself puts his family member on the Congress symbol?
Then Congress.
See, that
if
is
he puts on
correct.
BJP, then BJP.
See, that is what I am trying to say. It could be.
Viraj, I
See,
think
now
you
if
have
you
to
look at
take
it,
So it goes with the that
see,
seat goes with the Rani.
it is a Congress, it is a BJP bastion.
No,
but in
it
this
is a Rane bastion.
Rane bastion,
Rane
these two
bastion.
constituencies.
Yeah.
I am talking of the entire
Okay.
group of 5. It looks like 2 safe there for the government and 3 unsafe. That is
which
Mahe, Prior and Porien.
Unsafe.
Yeah, because see, Mahe you are saying 35% rating, Prior is 45% rating, and you are even giving advantage to MGP. And Pratap Singh Rane is a sitting MLA with 65% rating. See that 65% rating.
Okay,
is 65% rating.
Let's not discuss.
But I'm not surprised at Viraj's conclusion that BJP has the advantage in Poriyam, because Vishwajit Rane himself during the 2019 Lok Sabha campaign said that my father Mr. Pratap Singh Rane has always supported Sripad Naik in the Lok Sabha elections. So it has been a very mutual symbiotic relationship.
He's made one point. Giriraj, let's move to other. We get stuck on this point
Absolutely.
only.
I think as far as this 5 seats are concerned, I think I agree with Sakriya Poriya. Again, on Poriya, as you rightly said, a lot will depend on who contests. But as of now, it looks like there will be 3 seats for the BJP. Coming to Mahe and Prior, I think there is a lot of confusion as far as who the candidate will be.
Mahe.
Especially Mahe and Prior also. I mean, like you said, Govind Gowda is independent. Wants to come to the party, but there might be other aspirants.
Dalvi is there, I think, in Priol.
And as far as Mahe is concerned,
Nigle,
I think if you deep dive into the survey further, you will realize that there is no anti-incumbency against the government or the party. And especially, it being just neighboring to the Chief Minister's constituency, where he comes with 70%. Like, Dr. Pramod Sawant, with all due respect, today is a clear face of the party. So I also see that it's a kind of approval of the government as well. And he has actually made an effort to reach, ensure that, he goes home every day. He's available for his constituents on the weekends. So I feel generally but
the problem is, I don't think we can question let us go ahead accepting the figures.
Yeah.
I think because if we question the figures, then
No,
we can't
no,
go any
I
further.
don't think he's questioning, but he's left Mahe and he's gone
No,
to
no,
Sakli.
no.
Let's
No.
go back to Mahe.
I
Okay.
said, see, if you are saying that Dr. Pramod Sawant will have no impact on Mahe, then I think we are wrong. Secondly, what I am trying to say in Mahe also, what you are talking about the MLA approval,
The approval
it
of
may
MLA.
not be of the party also. So if you ask me, Mahe, BJP is on a very strong footing. Only thing,
We have to change the MLA.
See, again, that is not my call to make, but with a proper candidate and BJP's popularity, I think it is BJP's. And same thing is with Prior. Prior, the biggest problem right now, I think, is people don't know, especially the supporters of the BJP, who the candidate will be. So I think once that clarity comes, I don't think that is a seat BJP should
But
lose.
Priol has never been a Viraj. Priol has never been a
No,
BJP.
Vishwas
leader.
Satarkar was there.
Vishwas Satarkar,
Yeah,
long back.
Now it's MG seat.
So it's always
Yeah.
been a...
Yeah.
Samir.
So Prior was a MGP seat in 2012, which was ruled by Deepak, and he had supported the Manohar Parrikar government, who was a cooperative minister at that time. So there was tussle between Lakshmikant Parsekar and Sudhin Davdekar. So Sudhin Davdekar was openly accusing Parsekar of being incompetent. So that the rift becomes Parsekar sacked Deepak and Sudhin from the ministry. So the 3 MLAs, Lau, Sudhin and Deepak, left and contested independently. So the Govind Gowda came in the picture. He was said to be having a good hold on the ST communities. So which was a great, means good opposition for the Deepak. So at that time BJP gave him unconditional support. So now
So did AAP, I think.
No, we withdrew the support after he took support from the.
Oh,
Yeah.
And we fielded
Yeah,
our
so
own
Vinay
candidate.
Tendulkar visited there, so we gave them unconditional support, and there are BJP cadre in Priol working there. So, so we won. So now the problem is Govind is likely to losing the ground. It seems that he's losing the ground. Last time he said he is willing to contest on a BJP ticket. So
Yeah, he said so.
yeah, so the BJP cadre will directly support him. So that was his point. So now I'm coming to Mayam. There is definitely anti-incumbency against the MLA. So I've been to Mayam, and people are saying he's not in touch with people. Not at all. So the Mayam is still remains the rural area. And speaking about the Santosh Kumar Sawant, Praveen Zate won election with 52.38%, while Sawant won with 31.52%, but that was huge. The reason why Praveen won because of the groundwork of the BJP. It was the BJP and the Rane factor to it.
BJP or Vishwajit Rane?
Both BJP and Vishwajit Rane factor to it. So now they are saying Santosh Kumar Sawant as a Goa forward is working. Is the probable best opposition you can say. But BJP is also working in the Mayam constituency. If Praveen Zate is not on the ground, even you can see the CM's wife, Sulakshana Sawant, is also in the grassroots working on the ground meeting people. Even the Premanand Mamre is also meeting people. BJP has continued the work, but if MLA
Praveen Zate has not.
yeah, if Praveen Zate is not there among the people, but the BJP is among the people, especially the Chief Minister's wife. Now I am coming to Sakli. Sakli will be the prestige issue this time. Last time, incumbent Chief Minister Lakshman Parsekar
Okay.
had to go back home.
Because of the last time the CM
Yeah,
was, that's
CM.
why probably it becomes even more important.
More
this
important.
time.
So BJP has to ensure that this time this is not repeating again for these elections. Now the problem is Chief Minister has not that stronghold in Sakli. I'm talking about the Sakli town, not entire constituency. In the last ZP election, there was one by-election for one ward in the Sakli.
Correct.
So in that ward, Chief Minister made contested his strongest ally there, but he lost. Also, the Sakli fortress went back to Saglani. So if we see overall scenario, when we look to the voters, he has a good stronghold in Harvalem, in Sakli, in the town in Harvalem. So when I was in Sakli few days back meeting people. So in like village like Shonshi, Pai, Virdi, the remote villages, there Pramod Sawant has managed to take
Very
a good
true.
stronghold.
Very true.
So this is the mining areas now. So when we go to Sawadde and Sange, the people are always up in arms. Even also in Mayam we can see the mining workers are up in arms against the company. But only people in that mining area of Chief Minister are silent. He has made them settled. If Chief Minister restarts mining, forming the corporation, it's a win for him. But major concern is about the silent voters. I've been to Sakli. I've visited many rural areas. There are some villages which don't have proper roads. They don't have water, and even there was some calamities like Cyclone Taukte and the recent floods. The people had to suffer a lot. So this might result silent voters turning against the Pramod Sawant. Both the Ranis, Vishwajit is saying there's no firm opposition.
There is no, is there?
Yeah.
Satyajit is there?
Vishwajit has still managed to grab hold of a constituents.
And Porian?
Poriam now they are saying the 65% MLA rating and the BJP symbol. Yeah, so I'm explaining you now.
I explained.
few days back, Devendra Fadnavis Goa election in charge came to
and he
Goa.
went and met-
He went to meet Pratap Singh Rane. So there could be collection of the switch in the symbol. You can say, you can't see. There are rumors that after losing, there are many Congress leaders to leave the Congress. So he could be on its way. Can't tell. Time is there. So it's not good to comment on it now.
This was not such a, I think, not so hotly contested thing, segment, because anyway, almost I think except for Orient where there was a confusion. Actually, there's no confusion,
Yeah.
but there was a confusion.
Yeah.
I think the rest of it is settled. So anyway, we have come to the end of this episode, and I think this is the last. I think North Goa.
North Goa is complete.
North Goa is completed. North Goa, according to what we see, North Goa, the BJP is leading, and the Congress is very marginal presence. AAP has got a chance, but we have to see. And Priol could likely be MGP. I think you sum it up. in short.
We have a good amount of lead for the BJP. They are leading 9 to 14 seats. So Congress is down to 2 to 3. And in the others, I would like to state that for the MGP, it is around 2 to 3 seats. AAP can get around 1 seat, and Goa can get 1 to 3. Goa Forward can get 1 to 3 seats.
That last part is with a pinch of salt.
Yeah. So that is how it stands here. Overall, I would say, at least in North Goa, BJP has major vote bank in many constituencies,
Many.
which the Congress is lacking, and that's the reason that these figures are the way they appear. Now, Congress is losing on an opportunity because in many places the approval rating of the MLA is low.
Very, very low.
But since Congress is not present, or they don't have a credible or a strong face, people are still saying they'll be going with the BJP. As far as Goa Forward is concerned, their image is their biggest problem. Even for the 2-3 candidates that are there, it is a problem because a lot of people are not happy they aligned with the BJP.
Aldona TV.
Yeah.
That.
So that is the way it
But
is.
that, what about Mahe? Because you have shown Mahe with Goa Forward
Mahe-
Sawant.
Mahe is because he's the principal opposition, and there's no one
The
who's
party does not matter there.
party, as I said, is again a small liability for him because of that reason. But Mahe is more of a BJP and a Hindu stronghold, so that resentment might not be that much as opposed to the other places. Now coming to MGP, their image did not get that affected going with the BJP in 2017 because they have similar ideology, but at the same time they also have not been able to capitalize on the void that is there in North Goa. So they are restricted to a few constituencies, mostly in Ponda and 1 or 2 here and there, where they have some strong candidates like Sawal and
Because the candidates,
Jeetman.
actually MGP
Jeet-
is Sawal and Jeet
Jeet
are the
Arora.
candidates. It's not the
Hmm.
party so much.
AAP
Yeah.
AAP's voter base in places where they got good votes last time is definitely going to increase. That is the feedback from the field. Chiefly because there is anti-incumbency against the BJP government, and people are equally dissatisfied with the Congress because their MLAs have gone over and Congress somehow couldn't prevent it. So it happened not once but twice. 2 of them resigned and then another 10 went en masse. So that is the story that is of North Goa. And RG, another factor is RG, they are very vocal, but it seems unlikely that they will have any electoral impact.
RG might be another up.
That is for the panelists to interpret, but that is how it is. But they
You're
are
right, that's
vocal.
very
Yeah.
unfair.
I'm not even going to respond to that.
Okay, I
It's-
think
it's a hot shot. It's called.
I think the BJP probably 9, 10, whatever seats. The biggest gainers are going to be the others. According to
I
me,
think it's
roughly,
14 plus. 14 plus for BJP in North Goa.
I'm sure you'll say that. It's okay. I'm entitled to your view, no issues. But what I'm saying is the others here are an issue because even Congress too maybe not, because this includes Kalangut, which I don't know will shape. The biggest, because I feel here MGP will probably, if it manages to retain its candidate, will probably get 1 seat, which is Deepak Tavlikar. Probably he will get. But the others, I think, whatever you may call it, RG up, I think these are the biggest, going to be the biggest gainers as long as they can put faces to their vote share. Hopefully, BJP has retained whatever it had last time. So I think the biggest gainer in this is going to be AAP. Giriraj, sorry,
No,
but
not
it
in-
looks like.
No, in terms of vote share maybe, but not in terms of seats. I
Seats,
think
who else is there are no other seats.
Yeah.
Congress is not going to gain.
No, we've gained in vote share as of today.
As of
And
today.
we have 4 months to go. And our campaign is going to get only stronger.
Do you have anything to say to this?
See,
As
as
I
I
said,
look
I
at
mean,
it,
they
as I
may-
look at it, somehow people decide. As I look at it, first and second, the third person gets pushed out. So let us see who gets that second place.
That's
Third
what I think
person
everybody
is bound to
See,
get pushed
I
out.
think people should also see for whatever might have happened in the second term, but I think BJP has proved that it has given a stable government. So I think people will also
Stable it is.
try and
Stable,
see.
you have to.
No, I mean you can't question
What-
that.
what-
Illegitimate but stable government.
No, what is it?
You guys
What is?
were not,
no, no,
you guys
no,
were
no.
reduced to 30
What is?
seats.
No, no, no.
How can you say you
I'll
guys
just
are stable
make
government?
one point against him. You formed a government in Delhi when you were not the highest number.
With 62 out of
You are
70 seats.
double
they've got.
standards of odd even.
67
You
out of
formed a
70
government
and
in
62.
when you were
I
not
think
the
he
single
needs
largest
some
party.
arithmetic classes.
This I'm
67
going to
out of
edit.
70.
See, this is what I'm saying. No, this is odd even.
I did not.
They formed a
No,
government.
no, we are over.
They formed a government.
Giriraj, that was our very first election ever since
Irrespective
our
of that.
existence. Getting 28
So
out
that's
of
what I'm
70
saying.
seats is
So
not a
you
joke.
have formed an illegitimate government the first time you
Absolutely not
contested.
illegitimate. We formed a minority
To me
government
banta
outside
mare.
support. Please
To me-
learn your
to me
politics well.
illegitimate banta
We
mare.
formed a
What is
minority
illeg-
government with outside support.
In a
Y'all-
democracy,
y'all
in
created
a
minority
democracy,
government
in a
by
democracy, you need
purchasing
21.
majority MLAs.
In a
I stopped
democracy,
the clock.
in a democracy, you need
Can I
21.
close
We
this?
had.
Then I'll continue the argument. Can I close it?
This is not democracy. Democracy is you create a
You
government
form,
with the MLAs you have won.
if you are accusing
And you
us of
create
an
alliances.
illegitimate
You can
government,
create
you
post-war
had won.
alliances. You cannot destroy democracy by purchasing MLAs
No.
of people elected on other
it is
tickets.
a,
This is
the
completely
constitution
wrong.
provides for
See,
it.
the problem.
Now go and fight the constitution
the
also.
problem is his democracy is all on numbers. It may not be actual democracy.
Exactly.
Sometimes
See,
it is
BJP
referred to as
BJP
electoral
BJP
autocracy.
Can
There is-
practices
there is
BJP
letter and spirit of
practices
the law.
democracy.
There is letter of the law and
Is it
spirit
the
of the law.
party
You
also?
all have destroyed
Normally,
both.
what this is referred to as electoral
Cross the line.
autocracy.
Now we have come to the end of North Goa. As I was closing before I was interrupted, looks as if the biggest gainers in this are going to be the others. Let's see who are the others. As Dr. Klafaz said, that third place is not there. I think possibly AAP could be the biggest gainers in this. We'll know this, we may not see this. But the surprising with all the thing is that BJP has managed to retain its vote share as well as barring a few, which we shall see. Anyway, time will tell. So thanks for watching, and this is the end of the North Goa. Thank you, and keep watching Goa 360.